Who's starting?
I'll start. Robert,
Okay.
Why now? Why this merger? I mean, it's been talked about, I guess, for years as a possibility.
Yep.
Why now, and why is it important for
Well,
the
we've been working on coming together for a number of years in the north. City of Kenora and their board of directors at Kenora Hydro determined a couple of years ago actually that it's a very difficult industry for small utilities to survive in. They made the decision that something had to change. We'd been talking for a long time and we're a willing partner, and the logical way forward for both of us was a merger of the two companies into one new company, Synergy North.
So how's it work? I guess how's it going to work for customers, and why is this a good thing for the customers and for the two companies?
Well, it's going to work for customers the same way it has been working. You're going to have the same in Kenora, the same crews keeping the power on. You're going to have the same facilities here in Thunder Bay. The savings are going to be mostly administrative. One CEO, one set of auditors, one set of finance, one billing system. The benefit for customers is going to be some increased service offerings in Kenora, broader access to electric online service, and the overall goal of the merger is efficiencies. So we anticipate that we're going to be able to achieve $800,000 to $900,000 a year in savings because of this merger. And those savings, when we go for our next rate increase in 5 years, get rolled into rates, so they benefit customers across the new company.
Can you talk about what the difficulties are for the smaller utilities and why it's challenging?
Yeah, well, the difficulties really are, 25 years ago, it was a pretty nice business, and small utilities could focus on their local customers keeping the power on. What's happened really for the last, since 2000, is the regulatory burden has become horrendous in this industry. It's very highly regulated. The administrative burden, there's a number of agencies, the IESO, that we have requirements. So for a small utility, it's not hard to keep the lights on and service the customers. It's very hard to meet the administrative burden, do all the billing, do that end of it. That's what they struggle with. At one time, if you go back about 15 years ago, there were 308 utilities in Ontario. We're down to around 60. And this has been through consolidation like this merger, or through acquisitions with utilities buying smaller utilities.
So how does it work? I mean, these were two separately owned utilities. How did the merger work?
The mechanics of it?
Yeah, who got paid? Did somebody get paid money for this?
So what's going to happen is Thunder Bay was 100% owned by the City of Thunder Bay. Kenora was 100% owned by City of Kenora. We've come together in a new amalgamated company. City of Thunder Bay is the majority shareholder because of the size of Thunder Bay. They'll own approximately 90% of the company. City of Kenora will own approximately 10% of the company, the shares in the company. We have one single board of directors that will manage the company on behalf of both those shareholders.
And dividends? Will there be any dividends?
Right now, the policy is there's no dividends payable to the communities. Both of the communities have decided they want to forego dividends for now in order to keep the rates low. Whether they reconsider that in the future remains to be seen.
Can you appease the people who are a little bit scared of change and scared of things changing up with the new name?
Well, change is hard. I can tell you, the Thunder Bay Hydro logo that we see today wasn't always the Thunder Bay Hydro logo. I think in 1984 it got rolled out. So it used to be a plug. Years ago, it used to be the Hydroelectric Commission of Thunder Bay, and then everyone got reincorporated in the province. So I understand it's going to be a big change. Customers are going to see bills from Synergy North, and so what's going on? But we're going to talk to customers a lot. We're going to lead them through it. They're going to see benefits. It should not be a negative. It shouldn't be construed as a negative. We still have presence in both communities, serving the electricity needs of our customers.
Have you ever had any other mergers or acquisitions in the past?
Me personally?
You or the company?
No. It's always been the history of Thunder. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. My mistake. Prior to municipal amalgamation, there was the Port Arthur PUC and Fort William Hydro. So back in 1970, which predates me, those utilities were merged together to form one utility, Thunder Bay Hydroelectric Commission. So yeah, there is a history of merger here. In Kenora, it's always been Kenora Hydro. But as I said, across the province, we're seeing this. In the GTA, there were 4 very large utilities that formed Electra. It was Hamilton and Vaughan and Mississauga and Brampton. Now that was a big merger and a big deal, but the same scale. It's a different scale, but the same thing we're doing here. We're coming together to extract efficiencies to continue to serve our customers.
Are there any other utilities in the area that you could see merging with?
Well, the other
Sure.
the other municipally owned utilities in the region are Sioux Lookout, Fort Francis, and Atikokan. So and those companies are owned by those municipalities. So if they're interested in discussing potential options, we're interested in discussing with them. But of course, no one's forcing anyone to do anything. So.
And we have Hydro One has a lot of activity in the area.
Yeah.
Is there any possibility of ever getting, like, say, all the huge?
Well, I don't want to say there's never a possibility. Hydro One's a different kind of beast. It's a different culture from us. It's a different cost structure. It's harder to identify potential benefits to customers, frankly. And that's what we're focusing on. We're not focusing on corporate benefits, we're focusing on customer benefits. So they're down my list of things that I'd be looking at.
Talk about the importance of the name. What does the name signify?
So what the name signifies, synergy reminds you of energy. It reminds us of coming together to be more efficient. The kind of icon that looks like a stylized S looks like an S for Synergy North. Looks kind of like plugs coming together, but also looks like hands coming together to cooperate, to work together. So what we want the new brand to represent is efficiency, power, dependability, reliability, and we put in North because we're all proud to be Northerners, and everyone up here, when you roll out something like Synergy North, they all go, yeah, Synergy North, yeah.
What does this mean for our bills and for our online accounts and things like that?
Yeah, so what you're going to see starting this week is in both communities you'll see bills that come out from Synergy North. It will be the same rates, nothing's changed, same address, same account numbers. It's just going to be on a new bill stock. All of the existing payment options, if it's coming out of your bank automatically, nothing will change. You're going to start seeing communications and branding. Eventually trucks and buildings will be rebranded, signage will be rebranded. So we'll be doing things over the course of the upcoming months. Kind of high profile things first, and then it's not efficient to pull all your trucks off and repaint them, so we'll rebrand them as they come in for service, and it'll be a transition.
Will there be a new website though? You won't go to Kenora Hydro or Thunder Bay?
Well, if you go to Kenora Hydro or if you go to the Thunder Bay Hydro website, it'll automatically redirect you to Synergy North. So the new website should be effective this afternoon, perhaps even now, is synergynorth.ca. And that'll be on the bills. We'll continue to have the same level of service. If you're in Kenora now and you go to the Synergy North CA website, you're going to see an outage. You're going to see an outage map of Kenora now, which is a new service for Kenora. If there happens to be an outage, we've had this in Thunder Bay for a while. Now we're offering it in our Kenora service territory also.